Hello and welcome, Capricorn, to the As I See You Tarot. Thank you very much for watching. This is a 5-card tarot card overall energy reading for the time period between October 1st and October 15th of 2020. It is a general reading for the larger collective of Capricorns and is intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with all Capricorns, and that is perfectly okay. Take what fits and let the rest go. At the same time, I already shuffled the cards and requested the spirit guidance in selecting the cards that were ejected on their own during the shuffle. The 5 cards that were exited during the shuffle for this overall energy reading during this time frame are lined up here. The first card here represents your past influences that were significant during the last few months. It's that primary energy that was significant. In some cases, the primary energy that Capricorns were feeling may have resolved. On other cases, it may be still lingering. The second card here represents the overall current energy during this time period for the present, the current present. The third card here represents the overall energy during this time period for your future energies. The fourth card here represents the overall current energy for this time period for any potential challenges. Please keep in mind that this doesn't imply challenges are negative. It's more about information or sort of things that just to be aware of, and they could be positive as well, choices that you might have to make. And the fifth card here represents the overall energy for the outcomes during this time period, your sort of outcomes that are to be expected. So what we have here in the first, in your past influences, this is the Princess of Swords. In other tarot decks, it is the, sorry, that was my dog scratching. This is another tarot deck. It's usually called the Page. So give me a moment to get the energy here. Okay, Capricorns. I'm picking up in the past few months the overall energy for majority of Capricorns was passion and enthusiasm. Many Capricorns were bursting with sort of new ideas and had plans for the future. There's a lot of excitement about starting new projects or pursuing perhaps new approaches that were available, or perhaps just wanting to search for new approaches. There was a lot of energy for many Capricorns, and it's sort of a feeling that you could probably do almost anything, and the nice thing is you could. Some Capricorns may have faced a little bit of challenges of whether you could keep up with sort of this new energy that you had. Keep in mind that the Princess of Swords or Pages, or you're typically about giving you messages, sending you messages, and in this case, for many Capricorns during your past influence, overall energy was there was a beginning, and it looked promising, and however you needed something else to follow through and keep that pace. I'm picking up here that the Princess of Sword or Page of Sword here emerged for many Capricorns during that past influence because there was a need to sort of explore new ways of thinking. It could have been a new idea, a new perspective, a new knowledge, or a new technique, and it could have been whether it was job related or a hobby related, or even evaluating a relationship that you might have been in. Many Capricorns had a sort of a curious mind and a thirst for knowledge. There was a greatness of sort of experiencing things in a fresh new way, that new sort of thinking. And many asked a lot of questions, and many were gathering a lot of information as much as possible. It seemed like it was an exploratory phase, not necessarily a master phase. In other words, you weren't trying to reach a conclusion, you were just sort of investigating. Some Capricorns were prone to making mistakes along the way, which is great, and that's it's about curiosity, and you were sort of eager to learn from those mistakes, that's a part of the process. Keep in mind, the Swords cards and as themselves relate to communication in the tarot, and here the Princess of Swords or the Page of Swords, was suggesting for many Capricorns that it was important to sort of explore a new sort of way of expressing yourself with others, including communicating your ideas and opinions, and that could have been any sort of the gamut from public speaking to writing a blog or writing a paper or doing a podcast or being more vocal in your social media. Capricorns, you tend to be a natural communicator anyway, and many of you are ready to take the next step to share your message, whatever it was. And again, in the past few months, it was an exploratory phase, and you were really open about new ways of expressing yourself and sort of discovering what your inner talents were or where they lied. If for Capricorns, if you were looking for the sign during this time to sort of move ahead with a new project, the Princess of Swords here basically is saying go for it. There will be challenges with whatever you choose, and not everyone's going to be thrilled with your choices, of course, but when it comes down to it, Capricorns, you need to follow your own passion and where your true energy lies. The pages here sort of encouraging you in that past influence to now move ahead and sort of get your wheels in motion, and despite challenges or any setbacks that might stand in the way, it's about you did your homework and now move forward. In our present energy, we have the Ten of Cups, but we have it in reverse. Spirit guides, what is the message here that is for our Capricorns during this time frame? Okay. Here in your present energy during this time frame, Capricorn, I'm picking up that the reverse Ten of Cups is about many of you are seeking sort of a greater harmony or sort of your connection in your relationships. For many Capricorns in your mind, you had wished for a sort of a harmonious, beautiful sort of relationship. But in reality, perhaps many of you are feeling disconnected right now or disengaged with the person that you're with. There's a sort of a feeling that something is missing. I'm picking up that many Capricorns are struggling to sort of communicate in an honest way, to sort of empathize and engage with your significant other. It appears to me, I'm picking up that for some Capricorns, you're feeling that every time you sort of try to connect, something goes wrong or something comes up, and you end up sort of with more distance between you and your significant other. I'm picking up here with the reverse Ten of Cups here in your present energy is that some Capricorns may have unrealistic expectations of the relationship or the significant other. Everything will be perfect and rosy one moment when you're together. If this resonates, then realign your expectations and sort of realize that every relationship has its ups and downs. I'm also picking up that for some Capricorns, you may no longer be a fit for one another, and that's what you're considering and contemplating. And some of you may be considering leaving the relationship. Capricorn, the Ten of Cups here in this present energy right now in this time frame is inviting you to seek out a common ground with you and your loved ones or significant other and sort of rebuild the relationship from there. It's encouraging Capricorn to see the other person as sort of a divine being worthy of your love, and equally see yourself as a divine being worthy of theirs. Love and be loved. This card here is encouraging you, Capricorn, to open the lines of communication and be ready to hold the space for one another so that you can reconnect on a deeper and more loving level. It's encouraging you to be compassionate and understanding and respectful, and seek harmony with one another. So, unless you're really compelled to leave, this card is basically encouraging you to take a different look. I'm also picking up that that the Ten of Cups here, Capricorn, is also appearing in this present energy, because for those that are who are contemplating what a loving relationship means to you, this card is encouraging, rather than sort of than building relationships with others, perhaps you're focusing your attention inwards so that you can gain clarity around you from what you want from a relationship. And in that case, this card is encouraging you to ask yourself what an ideal relationship really looks like to you, and how you want to give and receive love. Capricorns, consider how you can bring more of this energy into your future relationships as well. You may want to look at existing relationships and check to see, how these relationships are aligned with your personal desires and your higher good. And also it's important to let go of anything that no longer brings you fulfillment and happiness, and welcome that sort of new relationship, or even your current relationship, with a new set of eyes, and get them in alignment with your highest good. Capricorns, I'm picking up that the reverse here can also sort of reveal that there's a misalignment in personal values. So if Capricorns are not dealing with a particular relationship, it may be the relationship with yourself. Some Capricorns, if you're not living by your own sort of values, and you're not being true to yourself, you may be having a conflict. And some, perhaps are allowing others to decide what you will, and what will make you happy. And what you need to do in that realignment is, is no one should be determining that except yourself. As a result, Capricorns, some of you are questioning whether you believe in what you're doing, and this card is going to encourage you, for those that may be feeling that way, is to bring your focus back to what truly makes you happy, and if it differs from what others expect. I'm also, picking up the Ten of Cups here, also suggests that perhaps someone neglecting your family, whatever your family means to you, while you're sort of perhaps pursuing material goals, such as progressing in your career, making more money. In this case, for those Capricorns, it's about establishing a work balance, and that work balance perhaps is out of whack right now. And some Capricorns, you may find that you're spending less and less quality time with your family, and this card here is sort of a reminder that if you continue to neglect your family, you're going to find that your relationships will suffer as well, and you may not achieve that overall sense of contentment and happiness that you're seeking. So there's a combination of things here, Capricorns, of sort of realigning and asking the questions of what it is that you want, and where you're spending your energy. In our third card, we have our future energies within this time period, and we have again another Cups card, and we have the Princess of Cups. Again, Cups are messenger cards. Give me a moment. Spirit guides, what is this Princess or Page of Cups? What is the message here in the future for Capricorn? Well, the Princess or Page of Cups, Capricorn, is suggesting that there are new ideas or opportunities that are coming to you, or will be coming to you out of the blue. It's going to tap into your sort of creative energy, and it's going to keep it flowing. And you're going to be asking the question is, really, is how you're going to express it. Will you snap up this new idea and turn it into something? Or perhaps will, Capricorn, you allow someone else to bring it forward? The question here in your future is it's up to you. Spend some time exploring the idea to see if you want to move forward, is the message here on that new idea. Capricorns, the Page of Cups is inviting you in your future sort of energy to have that open and curious mind, and it's sort of playing off your past influences here. It's encouraging you to be curious of everything, and the more curious you are, you will discover new aspects of yourself and what you enjoy. It's about opening your mind to all possibilities, especially those of creative and intuitive nature. And this card assures you that you'll be pleasantly surprised if you do. This card is about dreaming, sort of the impossible dream, and exploring, sort of the magic that it brings to your fullest potential, Capricorn, even if it seems out of reach. I'm picking up here that for many Capricorns, the Page of Cups here in your future sort of energy is asking you to embrace your inner child and to believe anything that's possible. As you know, when there's a princess or a page in any tarot card, they're about messages and sort of exploring new facets. And here, the princess or a Page of Cups is asking Capricorn for you to explore your creative and emotional self. And that could be from, example of starting a new class, sort of how you're going to express your feelings, or developing sort of, your new abilities. It's about looking at your dreamy aspirations and let them race through your mind and let them sort of, explore anything that comes to mind that you've been thinking about. It's encouraging you not to be afraid to let your feelings show and to wear them on your heart or on your sleeve during this time. In Capricorn, this card here appears right now. I'm picking up in your future energy is because you're being called to trust your intuition, and you're being asked to be open to the multitude of intuitive messages that are coming your way. It's encouraging you, Capricorns, to look for synchronicities and signs of nature that will guide you on your path. And keep in mind, Capricorn, that these can come from a variety of unexpected places. And in some cases, they may not even make sense to your rational mind at the moment. See these as sort of breadcrumbs. One intuitive clue leads you to the next clue, and to the next, and to the next. And Capricorn, before you know it, you're going to find yourself in a place of full alignment, which is includes that happiness and bliss that you're looking for. And this is all by trusting your intuition and going with the flow. In our fourth card, Capricorn, we have the Five of Cups. Now, you have so far 3 cups here and a card of 5. When you get a lot of cups, a significant amount of cups, typically it means you're searching for solutions, and typically it's about solutions that deal with sort of an emotional, spiritual sort of theme. And so right now you have 3 cups here. So it looks like Capricorns, you're looking for solutions, and it does sort of tie in with, there's an emotional sort of connection in your energy reading right here. Spiritual guides, what does the Five of Cups here, what is the message for the challenges during this energy period for Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, the Five of Cups, will turn up here in your challenges in this energy period, because it appears for some Capricorns there's a situation that's not going to turn out the way that you had expected. This situation is perhaps going to make some Capricorns sad or regretful or disappointed. And some may sort of get the feeling of not wanting sort of move forward with your life, and you may have that option to sort of wallow in self-pity. Keep in mind, this is a challenge card, so you have choices. If you choose to wallow in self-pity because something didn't go the way you want, or your other option is, which is your challenge, you can focus on it right now and see what went wrong and how perhaps it went wrong, and then you have a choice to get over it. It's feel bad about it, but set yourself some time to limit yourself that self-pity and pull yourself together and move on as your other choice. The Five of Cups, Capricorn, suggests that if you're stuck in the past and you can't let it go, often this comes about when there's old wounds or sort of bitter memories are flooding your mind. Perhaps you're thinking about something that happened, and it could be related to this significant relationship. In some cases, you may blame yourself or believe that you're a victim of sort of life's circumstances. The Capricorn, these are negative emotions, and this card is the message of this card in your challenges is saying that if you go in that route, it's just holding you back from your fullest potential. The card here is encouraging you to release them so that you can move on and bring forth that positive change. Capricorn, forgiveness is a vital part of the Five of Cups. And this is about forgiveness for yourself and with others. So if someone has disappointed you, find it within your heart to forgive that person, releasing yourself from the disappointment. And if you're frustrated with yourself, know that you did your best, and you could under the circumstances, and identify what you learned from that mistake, and then release yourself from that. Remember too, hindsight is much clearer than foresight, and wisdom in the present moment comes from mistakes in the past. Capricorn, the spirit guides are wanting me to repeat that phrase. Hindsight is much clearer than foresight, and wisdom in the present moment comes from mistakes from the past. That's a strong message that the spirit guides are wanting to stress upon you, Capricorn. So this is about reflecting on what led you to this point, and helping you understand, what valuable lessons that you can take from any experience that perhaps, didn't meet your expectations. So, even when things sort of, go out of shape, it's encouraging you to always sort of, have a takeaway of something that was positive from it, and reflect on those lessons that are learned. If you understand the laws of attraction, and remember, negative attracts negative. The Five of Cups here is showing up here in your challenges, because it's forewarning you, Capricorns, that even if things end up not going the way that you want them, new opportunities and possibilities are right behind them. So those are your challenges, is to accept, something doesn't go one way, that it's not the end of the world. However, you have to be ready for it, and that's the key. The universe needs you to be ready for it. So it's time, Capricorn, to sort of shift that mindset and focus on, what can go right from this forward. So focus on positive energies, let go of the negative, release the negative, and be open to the brighter side of life, and sort of know that, there are many blessings that you have, and count your blessings. Even in the smallest things, focus on everything that is working right for you, even no matter how small it is. Every day, sort of, be thankful for those small things, and it will change your outlook. It's sort of, it's that phrase of sort of giving into the glass is half empty perspective. It's encouraging you to see the glass as half full. And finally, in our outcomes of the overall energy, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we know that aces in tarot cards are about new beginnings. Spirit guides, what is the Ace of Pentacles here doing for Capricorn in their outcomes of this current energy? Well, as I said, the Ace of Pentacles, like other aces in the tarot cards, represents new beginnings. It's about new opportunities. It's about new potential. Particularly with the Pentacles cards, new beginnings correlate with the material world that deal with finances, wealth, career, your physical health, and manifestation of goals. Can't speak there. Sorry. It's for some Capricorns, you could receive a new job offer. You could, some may receive an unexpected amount of money, or a new business or investment opportunity can come your way. Some may have an opportunity to bring sort of an idea forward and complete it. No matter what the situation is, Capricorn, the Ace of Pentacles is about a sense of prosperity, and it's about abundance in the material and financial areas of your life. So here, Capricorn, undoubtedly it's going to come as a welcome invitation for you, but it's not a free ride. As with all aces in the tarot decks, the Ace of Pentacles here illustrates the possibility of a new endeavor, but does not necessarily guarantee its manifestation of success. And because, Capricorn, that's up to you and how you're going to view it. It's encouraging to sort of see the Ace of Pentacles as a green light. It often marks a new stage in manifesting your goals, and assures you that you can truly achieve what you set your mind to, if you think positive, and feel the joy of what you make sure that whatever you're manifesting, that it's going to bring you joy and happiness. The saying that the world is your oyster is a great one. However, this card reminds you to be careful in your planning and your determined effort. You can manifest, goals and desires, or you can also manifest the opposite. So you have to make sure that you're very clear in what you're manifesting. On the positive side, if your ideas are ready to turn into something tangible, this card is for you. The Ace of Pentacles here is encouraging you Capricorns to map out how you want to achieve these sort of ambitions and create sort of target plans and get those things underway. It's going to help you sort of keep your eyes open to look at opportunities and get through stumbling blocks. You want to it should bring you joy in mapping that out, because that's the good part. If it's bringing you joy, it's going to be a good thing, and the universe is going to recognize that. The Ace of Pentacles, again, as we said earlier, represents wealth, but it's not just material wealth that has to do with your bank. For some Capricorns, this could be sort of the wealth of a sense of well-being. Some Capricorns may discover sort of opportunities to generate sort of a new source of income, or receive the financial gift or windfall. But on the other side, many Capricorns have an opportunity to create that wealth in a broader sense that has to do with, self-happiness and self-fulfillment and self-potential and self-love. The aces here sort of signifies an abundance in all areas of your life, and it's encouraging you Capricorns to enjoy it, to feel blessed and deserving of everything that comes your way. And this card is intended to help amplify those feelings of prosperity. Particularly, remember, if you live by the law of attraction, it's about sending your positive energy out to the universe with the intent that the universe is going to hear you, and it's going to receive and respond in the same way. So sounds awesome. There's new possibilities, and just takeaway is change your way of thinking, and good things will come. So, Capricorn, this is your again. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support this channel, the YouTube algorithms depend on your support. I depend on your support with the YouTube algorithms by clicking on the big three, and that is clicking like the video, click on subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification buttons. I would greatly appreciate it. It's critical to the algorithms. And Capricorns, feel free to leave a comment if you felt any part of this reading was applicable to you in any way. I welcome to jot down a quick idea. If this reading or any part of it did not resonate with you Capricorns, please, it's okay, let it go. It just meant that this particular reading wasn't for you at this time, and that's perfectly fine. So Capricorns, I wish you the best, and we will see you at the end of October, the last 2 weeks for 2020. Thank you again, and have a good one.